Welcome back to Rod's World. These little fellows, chili biltong stockies. I've made these out of some sliced silverside with some biltong mix and a bit of extra chili. Put them in the dehydrator. Now these normally cost around anything upwards of $80 a kilo, so make your own. Okay, Wednesday morning, it's normally golf morning, but of course no golf today, so I've decided to grab these egg cartons and do a little bit of gardening. So I was able to go to Bunnings yesterday with my Power Pass card and pick up a few things. So I've got some cucumbers, snow peas, jalapenos and radishes. So I've already got some growing over here. These are another type of radish, and these ones I've just put in are these heirloom jalapeno peppers. I don't know what heirloom means. It probably means they cost twice as much. Anyway, I'll put a seed in each one of those. I'm going to cover them over with a bit of soil and then get stuck into the others. Bye for now. So we've got our trays ready. I've marked these. These are the jalapenos. These are the snow peas. We've got this side Lebanese cucumbers, this side the radishes, and there's a spare one for later for something else. Interesting to note too, I've had a bit of a play with a spring onion, and I've stuck that in water, and that's growing roots. I might plant that, don't know what it'll do. This one's interesting. Now, this was an onion that was in the cupboard, and what I've done is peeled back the outer layers until I've got right down till it's split in half, and all I've done is cut the bottom of the hard part of the onion where the roots come from, stuck it in some water. They're ready to plant. Now these are a couple of cuttings from some plants outside. I want to heap more of these plants, but I don't want to pay $10 each time, so I'm striking these. Now this one I've put in a special cutting hormone thing mix, and I've stuck him in, and where is it? There he is. Really no roots at all. This one I just stuck in plain old water, and wouldn't you know it, roots everywhere, so there you go. Anyway, they'll go in, pot them a little bit later. I'm just going to throw a bit more of this soil on top of these, give them a water, and let nature do its work. Well, I certainly can see how people get the bug for this. Now, I've grabbed a whole lot of stuff out of the garden, these different plants I want to strike, and just using these little tiny glasses to put them in. 10 or so, I don't know what you'd use those glasses for otherwise. They're tiny, you hardly get a drink out of them. Anyway, I've got the bug, and I'm going to try my luck at this little fellow in water, and you probably can't see too well, but in my little herb garden I've also chucked a few more of these green blobs here, there and everywhere in little pots. Now I'm putting them in this herb garden because I know it'll get watered automatically twice a day at least for 5 minutes, so they should be set in there. These are all set in the kitchen, and every time I walk past, if they're looking a bit dry, give them a feed, give them a bit of water. Well, I think that's it for the gardening inside and the seeding. Time to go outside. The next project, when I had the trip to Bunnings, is getting some of this galvanised wire rope up on the back fence. We're going to grow some passion fruit. See you soon. Well, I must confess I got a little bit sidetracked and decided it was time to mow the nature trooper, and that is a beautiful piece of work just there. Now with that done, let's get those passion fruits going. So we've got this galvanised wire rope. We've got these little wire grips and some lag screws. So we're going to make a little bit of wire across the back fence. Now I've The idea is you curl this over, this wire, and then you put one of these screws on, one of these little U-shaped things. Now I've got the impact driver with blood on it from my finger. I'm going to screw these tight, and hopefully that'll make the loop, and then we'll stick it through the fence. Okay, so you can see we've got our first fitting done. I've put the nice bit up this end of the fence because that's the nicer end of the thing, and the bit that my angle grinder goes up the other end. So now we just got to tension this a little bit more by screwing it in, and that'll just take a little bit of slack out of the wire, and that's the first one done. You definitely get smarter each time you do it. I've got the multi grips holding the wire together. I've got the impact driver, and it's a matter of just tightening these screws up. And number 2 is on its way. Okay, 2 down, but you can see there's a little bit of a laxness in this, so I've left this screw sticking out a bit, so all I've got to do is screw this in a bit more using a screwdriver just to make it easy to twist it. And that, I don't know if you can see, but that's super tense now. Same with the top one. If I want to tighten that anymore, super tight, super tense, super classy. 2 more to go. Time to cut our wire in 2. Multi grips are there. I have to put the stone down. Yep, some things are just better done two-handed, not one-handed. All right, ready for number 3. There you have it, 152, and my 4 beautiful tensioned wires are ready in situ, ready for the passion fruit to get planted. Thanks for joining me. Time for me to have a shower, head off to work. See you soon.